Why is dioxygen a gas but sulphur a solid? Well, this has to do with a very unique property of oxygen. Oxygen belongs to second period, and that means oxygen forms a very stable pi bond with other oxygen atom. O double bond. O is a powerful, stable and a very happy bond. Can I say the same for sulphur? Is S2 a very stable entity? No. Why? Sulphur hates forming pi bonds because if you move down the group, as the size of atom increases, the strength of sideways overlap or lateral overlap decreases very sharply, and the pi bonds between sulphur becomes very, very poor. What happens? What happens is this. Let me show you. You have SS, yes, and you have, and then let's take, say, if we have these SS molecules like this. What is this? I have tried to draw, say for example, if we have 4 S2 molecules, and S2 molecules are not very stable actually. But then what happens is, because they quite dislike forming this double bond, but please note, for satisfying valencies, sulphur must form 2 bonds. Just imagine, in case it may happen that they may just break away a single bond. Oh my God, that's bad. Valencies are not satisfied. I know that. Of course, I know that. Hai na? Now, let's say if we join them like this. Oh wow, what is this? What you've got just now, my dears, is the classic ground structure of sulphur. And this structure, please note, each sulphur has formed 2 bonds. Instead of 1 sigma and 1 pi, now it is forming 2 sigma bonds, which are definitely much more stable than 1 sigma and 1 pi. Effectively, S4 has undergone tetramerization. It has undergone tetramerization, and if you see, what you can notice, my dears, is a classic ground structure of sulphur. Yes. Since sulphur cannot form double bonds nicely, it polymerizes, rather it tetramerizes to give you this ground structure. And since the molar mass of S8 becomes very, very high, let me just compare. What is the molar mass of oxygen? O2. Well, O2 would be 16 plus 16, 32. And sulphur is 32 into 8. Oh my God, that's enormous. This is 256 grams per mole. If the molecules become heavy, they become solid. They are no longer liquids or gases. Oxygen, being a very light non-polar molecule, is a gas. S8, although non-polar, but it's very heavy, and that is why it becomes a solid.